And we are good. Okay. And started. It's going to be an echo for just a second. For anybody that is currently there. For just a moment. And started. It's going to be an echo for just a second. For anybody that is currently there. There will be just a bit of an echo. Just a moment. Okay. Welcome everybody. Welcome Cat, Delta, Mr. Linky. This was a new game actually. I was recently gifted to this by none other than WarTex, and I was told this game is a bit of an experience. He told me that, or I've actually heard that this game's been played by other YouTubers, but I have not seen a single thing on it. I'm gonna do the entire thing in one sitting. And yeah, I'm curious to see how this goes. I guess it's supposed to be a pretty in-depth, in-detail type of game, so it's definitely something you'd want to play close attention to. It's a good game. All right, this is number 2 on the list of things that I've been gifted. I'm really excited about that, man. It is awesome. Full captions. Turn the volume down just a little bit. Has he? I'm surprised I have yet to see anything on this. October 2008. I'm just gonna sit here just for a couple extra minutes because there are some other people, I think. There he is. The man himself, Mr. WarTex. Okay, you guys. I'm gonna hop on into this. An experience indeed. We shall see. Please make sure audio's on. Well, check. Got that. Okie dokie.
Hi there. Thank you very much for playing the Beginner's Guide.
You're very welcome.
My name is Davey Reedon. I wrote The Stanley Parable, and while that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011.
Okay.
We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda.
Coda.
Now these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff, and his work pointed me in a very powerful direction.
Okay.
I found it to be a
What's
good
up,
reference
Linky?
point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make. So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level for Counter-Strike. You can walk around here, by the way. And
Interesting.
mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment. But what I like is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level. And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person. And it kind of makes you wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this?
I do have to
This is
ask
what I like
Linky,
about
if you're
all of
wanting
Coda's
advertising things, you
I mean,
might want to go do
not
that
they're
elsewhere
all
other than the stream
fascinating as
chat.
games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here.
Okey-dokey.
So, it's 2008, Coda starts making these games, and he never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet, he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever. And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, you know, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even
I'm not
really
quite
pausing
sure,
to try
Ozzy.
to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day, he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since. And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together, is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start
Subtitles are
creating
activated.
again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda. So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveywreden@gmail.com. Okay, that's
Oh,
about it for introduction. Let's take a look at Coda's first proper game. As
okay
each
then.
game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
Okay. Oop. I just want to throw out there, this is quite a bit different than what we usually played, but you know, I don't want to just be limited to just, you know, one type of thing or only certain few games. I want to try out things, you know, other than just survival stuff, like, you know, this game, it's supposed to be quite the experience. I was actually just gifted to it today by WarTex himself. And I really wanted to give it a shot. It's pretty interesting. They said other YouTubers have played this before and that it was quite good, and I just want to try it out for myself. Sorry if it's not what you guys are used to seeing, but I just really wanted to do this, and I hope you guys are able to enjoy it as much as I will. Let's keep going. Whoa! That was loud. That scared me. What?
This game is called Escape from Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
Ooh. Go left. Don't go left. Whoop. Oh, okay. Seems pretty linear.
Security call breached.
Oh.
Hostile alien life forms inbound.
It kinda looks like this game was abandoned mid-development. For instance, you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere, but then clearly there are no enemies anywhere. You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets. But
Oh.
ultimately we don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather than for what they're not.
Okay.
Enemy force neutralized. Begin ship evacuation.
Okay. So it's pretty interesting so far.
I love how you
It's
can see
more
the
of
body
a
of the universe
telling
with
a
this
story, you know? As opposed to bashing stuff, running from stuff, or being scared by stuff. You just kind of get to, you know, relax for a little bit. It's not a very long game. I might do some Subnautica afterwards, but yeah. Oh. Here we are. I'm not sure where Palador is. Must be busy today. Oh, jeez.
Apparently, the space station has a labyrinth on it. Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, this is the part that's interesting. The game
we
has
are.
this narrative about the whisper machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
Okay.
Hey, you there, in the engine room. You could save us all. That beam is powering the whisper machine. We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature.
Okay then.
Your body could stop the beam. It's so much to ask, but for all of our lives, would you do
Huh.
it? Could you give yourself?
Could one give themselves up? Oop. Rip.
Let me pause here for a second. What you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying, is probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level.
Huh.
But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens instead.
Okay. Oh. Huh.
The beam causes you to start floating.
Floating.
And this is an important moment for him. Because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it. Like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse. I don't even know.
How about
I have
that?
no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs. So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
Okay. Oh. The past was behind her. Yeah, I appreciate all you guys that have still decided to come by, knowing that this is considerably different than what we're used to doing, but... Huh. Wait, what?
Yep.
Did I not?
In this game, you can only
Oh.
walk backwards.
Oh, I see. How about that? Can only walk backwards. Ooh. A whistleblower, huh? I don't know, I'm really intrigued by
So
this.
it's a short and relatively minimalist experiment
But the
combining
future cannot
motion
be
and
seen.
narrative. It is less advanced than the previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused, more complete. Code is trying to give
What's
it
up,
a
Luna?
unique voice rather than simply basing it on a pre-existing trope.
Huh. It's interesting. The past was behind her. But the future could not be seen. Why does the future keep changing? Oh! It's way over here. I did not see that. Okay. When she stops and looks, it becomes clearer. It was made by the same person, actually, Luna. But if the future is always behind her, how will she find the strength? Some deep shit. To confront it.
It's a short little
Ooh.
thought, it says what it wants to say, and then it
Hello.
ends. Didn't need anything more than that.
Well, thanks,
Which to
Avi. I
me
really
is
appreciate
why
that,
it
man.
works, because it gets out quick. Okay, next one.
Next one. Okay. Oh dear. Well, maybe we will be doing the same style of games we usually do. How about that? Oh god. You are now entering. Oh god. Let's hope there's not,
And that's it.
no jumps.
Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear just yet. Please be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it interesting.
Okay. Felt like that was gonna be a spooky thing.
Oftentimes, Coda would put bizarre titles like this one at the start of his games.
Okay. Oh, I like being able
I
to walk
wish I'd
straight.
known him at the time that he was making these early games. He would really only talk to me about his work as he was making it. Once he stopped work on a game, like, that was it. It was dead to him.
Huh.
And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
Huh. Abandoned places. I actually have friends that really want to get into this type of thing, you know? Game making, game design. Ooh, it's getting spooky. Oh!
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens. So why, if Coda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all? Well, to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
Okay. What's up, Survivor? Welcome. Have I ever played the Stanley Parable? I have, actually. Explore everything that this game has to offer. Okay. Ooh. Oh. I am a gate. A button you press to stop the chaos.
A
That doesn't
room
work.
that's warm and nice and filled with little ideas for games.
Huh. Simultaneously, you were trying to eat the sharks?
Coda would often tell me that he didn't mind if people thought of him as cold or distant.
Really,
He
Luna?
said that he knew that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate
Can't give up on
person,
that type of stuff,
but that
man.
it takes time to really see that. It can be a very slow climb to get there.
Everything's special in its own way. I'd like to believe. At least that's what I tell myself. It's a happy thought. You must address and rally go. Oh, I was reading those. Rip. Ready, set, fish. Okay. I will fish. But I don't see any fish. That's a big thing. Whenever there's something you want to do, you just gotta keep going at it. You really can't give up on it. A lot of the people I know, all memes aside, Mr. Spider-Man, I have not been around long, but I have noticed that those who do not give up
see if you can solve it.
indeed do make something. I've had a lot of examples shown that in my face throughout high school and JROTC related things. You know? What? I can close it. Will it break if I do this? Oh, there's a lever on the back.
Don't forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon. We're gonna see it a lot.
Okay. No crouch or anything. Oh, there is a crouch. Okay. A new PC game? What you getting, man? What are you adding to your arsenal? I'm just gonna go with a quick question. Is the audio too overpowering to my voice right now? Or can you guys hear me softly and clearly? I am curious.
So that
What is
seems
it?
to be it, right?
What is what?
You walk down a corridor, you solve the puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough. Alright, now I'm going to modify the game again, so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
Okay, cool. Alright, thanks, guys. Oh my goodness. Holy crap.
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing. I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea. So, in the Stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior. And then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world. Either way, I think that the point is the same. Is that most of the time, you don't get to know what you're missing. Or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player. So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
Huh. Oh, we're back here again. Spooky guys. You are now exiting.
Aha. So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the Stairs game and puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
Okay, cool. French 4-star hotel, man. You're living it up. That sounds great. This is very white. This room's almost as white as I am. Dear Lord.
Let's talk about video game development for a second. Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development.
Okay.
To make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly.
Survivor.
One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well.
I see. Oh, I can jump.
The tools available to the
creator
shape what kinds of
Sounds good, man.
work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear boxy
Oh,
corridors.
oh, shit. Yeah. Don't they have, like, I don't know, Source 2 in the works or something? Because they were wanting to, you know, get a new engine or something like that? Whoop. But I implore the lot of you that haven't seen this game yet that, you know, chat if you want to, but really pay attention to this because I'm very interested in what this has to be, or what this has to offer. I love these short but really story-driven games that they usually have a really powerful message in them. I really like that. Oop, funny Pikachu pajamas. Whoop. This is really interesting. Hardcore parkour. Okay. Okay, Spider-Man, see you later. I got you, Ozzy. Gotcha. Another thing, anybody that knows anything about this game as well, I would like to humbly ask that you don't tell me what I gotta do or anything like that. I'd kind of like to just kind of wander about. If I'm missing something, just kind of let me figure it out, I suppose. Hmm? Later, Spider-Man. Oh. Okay. Down we go. I like this music, it's pretty. Hmm? Oh. They all die at the end. Okay. Oh. Well. I'm in prison now.
This prison, funny enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go.
Dear Lord.
If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
Yep.
This is
Yeah, I'm
something
totally
that
okay
he and
with
I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible? And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else. Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere.
Dear Lord.
There wasn't.
There wasn't. Well then. Nice, man. Paris must be an interesting place to be in. Huh. It's a very trippy game this is.
It's the puzzle again, with the exact same solution as the last time.
Oh, okay.
There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
Okay. I feel like this game is very deep. Welcome back, Luna. What? You there. Did you come
Coda
from up
begins
above?
using a kind of dialogue system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities. Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
Yes, there were these floating colored blocks. I like that area. Hmm. Okay. Now please tell us how you solved it. The solution. Tell us how to get to the other side. Huh. Hmm. Huh. Oh my. I see. Well then. Oh, rip us. Wait, what? Oh. Okay. Hmm. 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 What happens if I solve it? Not sure, but if I have any suspicion, what you find won't be worth what it takes to get there. No. Deep? Or is it deep? Perhaps this is just one giant prank. And
so we make
everybody's
one
in
last
on it but
descent
me.
down to the final floor of the level.
It's quite strange, but I'm interested in it. Okay. Yeah, London is a pretty
It's
big
a
place.
lamppost.
It's indeed a
Okay, I
lamppost.
can't tell you quite why, but for some reason, Coda fixates on this lamppost. It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out.
Huh.
I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, you know, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long.
I see.
Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point.
Of
He
Half-Life?
wants the work to be leading to something.
It's interesting.
He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination.
Oh, excuse me.
We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
Huh. I see. I wonder where this is going. Huh. Really? I want to leave a message.
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this, but this game is not connected to the internet. All of the notes that you're going to see have been written by Coda.
I see.
This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam
Holy
in
crap.
Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on
That's
this
a
very
lot of
level,
messages.
and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person. In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit too pushy, trying to get his attention.
Aw.
I was over-enthusiastic. But he was very gracious about it and very patient with me. And I cooled off eventually. Oh, feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them. Either way, to me they convey a sense of loneliness. I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings and beliefs and has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played.
Balls.
But it's ironic, isn't it, that in playing this game and seeing how alone Coda often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect. Feel less lonely too.
I see. Hmm. Wait, so can I seriously go all the way across all of these? Is that something I can do? Oh, jeez. Offline? What? It went offline. Is everything good now? What? That's not good. Hang on. Oh, jeez. I have no idea what caused that. It is back? Okay. That is really weird. I don't know why it does that. It did that last night too, I think, didn't it? Huh. Why in the world? OBS, are you tricking me here? Are you tripping up? How odd. Okay. I apologize for that, you guys. I do apologize. Okay. Back we go. Oh god, you can skip levels? YouTube gods are angry. It's probably because I'm defiant to their whimsical ways. Huh. The guy over there wrote much wrong. Is there a way to get down? Or is it this way? Yeah, it's this way. Okay. Okay, Delta. See you later, man. What the shit is this cavern? Sounds like I wrote that one. There's an acorn somewhere here in this place, and the sailors are looking for it. Use hammer to model the levels? What you mean? I refuse to believe. Butt ass butt. Such a serious game with butt ass butt. Recognize me, please. So like each of these are an inner thought. And all these are just the little inner thoughts in his mind. A free t-shirt. I got you, Luna. Yeah, I was thinking about that, WarTex. Open sesame. Nope. Door how open? Need other side door why you so? I mean, it sounds like the internet. I don't know, man. Maybe with other games, they're more watchy than thinky. The chimes. They keep you going, don't they? Butt ass butt. Huh. Congratulations. I don't really know where to go with this. Wow. There's a lot of stuff here. What's up, Sparky? How you doing today? This is where I get off. I fail to write anything here. I am compelled. Stop, turn back. Proceeding further will only result in misery. True misery. Take my hand, let's jump together. Nope, looks like it's not happening. Alright. Cabbage shapes our nation. But how could I miss messages like this, Luna? These are very important. What is that painting? Huh. No, I am going through each of these. Like in my head, I'm just picturing this guy Just talking to himself, saying all these things. Next time I will do better. I need someone to talk to. Aw. This is a note? Don't listen to the other notes. Oh no. Note conspiracy. I'm not safe. Google Translate time. Today I learned UO cannot fall off. Ethical. Well done, all of you. He says that about himself. He has a high personal opinion of himself, I guess. Stop faking it. Huh. Art. French ladies. Ooh la la. Oh. Cabbage shape our nation. We will all die someday. It doesn't mean anything. Stop pretending you are other people. Oh. Who are all of you? I saw a person walking down there. Now it won't come back. That's kind of creepy, actually. I find that really creepy. Devil Tower Star. Je ne parle pas français. I don't know how to speak French. Despite the fact that I think that's probably one of the biggest roots in my family's French. And Italian, I believe. I feel like my grandfather is a mob boss. Oh, that's rude. Rude little comment. Devil Tower Star. Maybe I'll feel real someday. You know, this is kind of depressing. I don't know. He was himself. The most horrible creature he could imagine. Yikes. Well, I'm here now. Yeah, we're all here now. There must be a reason for it, though. His terrible secret. He kept it well. I beat the game! He did it. He hit Alt F4. The secret.
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again. And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means. Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one.
Really? Huh. No, yeah. This, so if this is a particular chapter in the dude's life, I don't know, maybe it was like some kind of I don't want to say like a self-identity problem, or I don't know,
Each of his games,
bit of a crisis,
after
maybe.
exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on.
Oh my. Help.
And because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces, before you move on, you get to pause. Just for a moment, a few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here. To step back and connect the pieces together. To grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
Huh. Now there's only one dot. It's interesting. Ah. Oh god, that's my ear. Ah. How do you leave notes? God, what the hell is that? Are those typewriters? Another lamppost. Oh. Oh. Dear Lord. Huh. Well then. Porn stars die
Okay,
too?
this one is tough. It's gonna kind of just spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it.
That's an interesting title. What? What was that? So, in order to get to heaven, do you have to be a porn star? Is that what it's saying? Oh, that's what opened. These levels are kind of pretty though. What's up, Kieran? Welcome, man. Okay. Sorry if I miss any comments. I'm just really focused in this game.
See, like, this is it. The
Oh.
whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway. Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture.
Huh.
And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's gonna start over, use the same assets, turn it into something
Well,
else.
it's good to have you
Okay,
here as
cool.
always.
Here's version 2.
Version 2? Oh. Looks like someone needs to buy some furniture. A refrigerator. Oh. 10 stoves lined up along the wall. Huge picture of a horse. Washing machine. Go with the horse. Yes, that is a horse. Okay. Live Tesla coils in each corner. Yeah. Oh man. Just electric 6-inch soft LED ceiling lights. That could be interesting. State of the art. What about this? I already have a table. Tables were invented in 1935. What? Oh dear.
There's a bit more to this one, but still, it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for
Oh,
weirdness'
oh
sake.
my. But imagine like
So,
having
okay,
a room like
throws it out
that.
and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
I am walking forward. Okay. Oh. Okay. Now turn the floor lamp in this room off and then turn it back on. Easy peasy. Left side sofa. Okay. Touch the shelves. That's it. In real prison, the escape will now open. Return to the start to be taken to your prison. Well then. Okie dokie then. We are returning.
And of course, now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to escape. Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside.
What the hell?
Let me just blink you real quick through a few more of these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen.
Oh my.
I think it's awful to watch this. To see a person basically unraveling through their work. And for what? Like, at what point do you just
my.
go, maybe there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be working on.
I see.
But Coda doesn't have that voice telling you to stop. That particular mechanism of defense
I like this one.
against yourself. Without it, you just spiral. And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going. and then he hits on something. And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons. This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
Huh. A very interesting game, Palador. It's quite a bit different than what we usually do. WarTex actually gifted it to me today. Thanks to him. I was very interested in trying it out. It was made by the same people as the Stanley Parable, and it's a very narratively driven game. No well either. Time to make a call. Oh. Huh. Who is this? You. From after you escaped the prison? Oh. You're me? That'd be a bit of a weird thing to hear.
It's a conversation. And so this is what Coda wants, is to be able to talk to someone, to share what's on his mind, and to get some good advice from someone who knows.
I see.
But the irony is that even in this scenario, you're still talking to yourself. You know, all of these games so far are Coda talking to himself.
I'm not sure. I can't really answer that question. It's been fairly random / convoluted from the beginning, but I think it's more of something that kind of unravels itself from the end. It feels completely still and wildly in motion at the same time. Do you feel any different? Sometimes I'm scared I'll get out, and then things will be exactly the same as before. It actually does change. I don't feel like the same person at all. No, Palador, I'd still check it out, man. Yeah, same here, Ozzy. Hmm. I'd still pay attention to it if I were you, Palador. You might pick up on it. Oh. I think so. All you have to do is be sincere. And just hang up on him, leave him in obscurity. Huh. It will make sense. Sincere about what? That's exactly what you need to figure out in order to escape. Okay.
I can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay. Wouldn't that be nice?
That would. That would be nice.
So what would it look like if Coda wanted to make a game about talking to someone other than himself?
I don't know why.
To me, this environment is meant to represent Coda's puzzle, with the two doors on either side and a dark transitional space between.
I don't know. Yeah, I want everybody to sit back and watch. This is supposed to be a an experience. Well, my goodness. I'm glad as all heck that you showed up. Thought I might be having to clean this entire house all by myself. And right miserable that it would have been. Everyone knows how lonesome hands make lousy homes.
You'll notice that the
Oh.
quality of the art is a step up from previous games, including this new and improved chat system, which he started using from this point on.
I see.
From here on out, he begins putting much more effort into the visual polish of his work, and this particular game took 2 months to create as a result.
Don't worry about me. A place this nice, I'll be glad to stay here all night. Well, now you just might be getting a little ahead of yourself there, no? Why don't we start cleaning and then you decide whether you could do it all night? I'll finish up here. In the meantime, could you please clear the table? Oh. Easy. Much nicer. That's the table I want to see. Now, would you please run into the bedroom and make the bed? Sure. This is interesting. Can I? Oh, I see. Nope, not the bedroom. There it is. You know, despite this just being a game, this would be a really interesting room to have. Though, I feel like at night this would terrify me. Can you imagine laying in bed like this, listening to horror stories or something, and just feel like you're watched from all angles? It's pretty, though. I definitely feel you there, Luna. Though, I gotta say, wish cleaning this would be this easy in real life. While you're in there, why don't you straighten out the rug a bit? All the little details matter. Okay. Do you enjoy being a house cleaner? Well, I don't enjoy it so much as I need it. While I'm working, I feel a kind of calm that rests in the pit of my ribcage. My soul just can't be soothed any other way, it seems. Which, I guess that's about all that matters. Oh, that and a tidy couch. Would you straighten the pillows out on the sofa for me? That's not what it said, but I paraphrased. Oh dear. Looks like someone spilled a drink over by the couch. Maybe mop that up as long as you're over there? Okay. Mop up the coffee table? I feel compelled to share an incredibly cheesy personal insight. You okay with that? Make it especially cheesy. Ow! Shit. I went to slide my desk and my legs slipped and hit the table. No, it was stupid. Sorry. Never mind. Hey, these dishes need to be washed. Why don't you come do that? My fucking kneecap. Ugh, ruined the mood. I will get the mood back. Okay. Last I checked, the tub needed a cleaning. How about you scrub it down as best you can? No need to be perfect. We're all just human. Sure, man. I gotcha. Get rid of all that calcium. Are there still books scattered on the floor of the bedroom? If so, would you put them back on the shelf? Ah, nice, lovely. Perfect. Now then, how about you come and clear these dishes
After
off the table?
intense set of prison games, this house cleaning level almost feels like cleansing. It's the moment after a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just need to let it sit and digest inside of you, and eventually cohere into something meaningful.
Are all the houses this easy to clean? Or, house cleaning is so difficult. How do you do it? Darling, let me tell you something. Your house is only as difficult to clean as you are. If you're finding the work hard, maybe you have a bit of housekeeping to do before you come to work. Ha! And here I go with another lecture. Of course I would.
Of all of his work, actually, this was the only one that he called me up to ask me to come over and look at it. This was during a period of a few months where he was, like, grossly happy all the time. Just walked around with a constant smile on his
I
face.
see. Don't you worry about all that nonsense. For now, just smooth out the rug in the bedroom. Do I want you to talk the French? Why don't you go and talk the French for me? My sister actually took, I believe, a year in French in school. Okay. Oh, in the bedroom, not the bathroom. Whoops. I guess it's just kind of a bit of a repeat, I suppose. Looks like the tub has gotten rather dirty. Would you mind tidying it up a bit? Wait, say scrub the tub in French. I guess this is a kind of a feels game, but I think it has more of a story in mind, other than just giving you feels. Earlier, when I said I had a really cheesy thought, I was gonna say that occurs to me that one's house is a lot like one's soul. You take care of it, and it takes care of you. Don't know why I felt so weird about saying that. But there's a bit of truth in that, no? Anyway, so, housekeeping. Let's keep doing this. Books. Would you please clean up the books? Thanks. Uh-oh. I'm gonna get cleaning blocked. I don't want to be cleaning blocked. Cleaning zoned. Oh goodness, those pillows over on the couch are a real mess. This is cute. Would you go over and straighten them up a bit? Can't have these folks coming home to a messy couch. It's very relaxing. I personally love guitar.
But, of course, it can't last. The music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave. The door at the top of the hill is now open as well. Again,
but
you can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
You know, there's a lot of deep shit in one game. I like a lot of electronic music, but I personally really do like acoustic guitars. This game's making me rethink my entire life. Now, you just gotta take it seriously, guys. I'll make it interesting. Make it an experience.
Which is the whole point of the puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move.
I see.
I really thought that was the point of it.
Hey. The harder the problems, the more you overcome, the more you improve. This one gets a bit goofy. Why did you come here today? Was it to improve your life? Was it to get a better job? Was it to make your relationships more meaningful? No. You came here to become perfect! This workshop is going to teach you how to be perfect. I want your friends, the people in your life, to look at you and think, wow, this person is a better human than I am. Right now, who do you think about that way in your own life? Who do you know who is so well developed as a person that they make you feel disgusted with yourself, compared to whom you feel useless, selfish, ungrateful? I intend to make you into that person. Perfection is within your grasp. And the question is not how do we do it, but how do we do it effortlessly?
About halfway through the game, the perspective shifts.
This is easy. Oh, hi. What?
And you play as the teacher. And suddenly, you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are. Oh,
wait,
and
what?
also you can move around the classroom now.
Cool. What the shit? Frottes la baignoire. I probably butchered the shit out of that. You think of me? I'm gonna tell you something right now, Luna. I am very far from perfect. the way to work, I told an elderly person to start contributing to society. Hang on. So wait, some of these are blacked out, and there's only one. So am I supposed to say the yellow one? If it isn't effortless, then it's not the right answer? Wait, what? Oh. Oh. Okay, I get it. The yellow ones are what he's saying, but the dark thoughts, those are what he's actually thinking, you know? Because you know how, like, you might be able to look at somebody, and you might perceive them as happier, better, you know? That's, I've actually saw something that Facebook can actually lead one to be kind of more sad, you know? Because when people post things, you look at it and they're only showing the good bits of their life. They're not showing, like, the troubles they're thinking, the stresses they have. Everybody has something to stress about, I believe, and everybody has their problems. And this is kind of like that. It's the professor talking to the class and what he's saying, but the people thinking he is superior to them, they don't understand that he's just as human as everybody else. I've actually thought about this too. I have one friend in particular. We get really philosophical, but no matter how much better you see a person in your life, and you guys can joke around if you want, but just remember that you're just as human as anybody else. It makes me feel better, at least, that, you know, I'm not the only one with struggles. Hell, I think even those well, big icons, YouTubers, I feel like even they have their dark thoughts of themselves, that despite all the love and fans and getting past a lot of the hate they have to get with, they still have their own human troubles. You know? I don't know. I can kind of relate to this. If you're torturing yourself trying to find the right solutions for your life, you're not doing it right. Oh man, this has a drinking problem too. That hits home. Say being perfect is effortless in French. Homeschool you, please. You, I'm developing a cyst. Gross. I don't know. I feel like some things could be easy, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm getting really deep. An emotional game. I'm assuming I have to say the yellow ones. Ecstasy, guys. Let's do it. Drugs are good for you. He even has his doubts. Is this like some kind of prying eye? All the people watching you? I don't know. I feel like if I had time to organize my thoughts, I could put this into a much more well thought out thing. Do what is easiest. Do what is simplest. Feel what is true. No, I need to warn these guys. Fucking ISRing back here. Shit. Jesus.
I felt pretty hard for this one. I feel like it's one of the most relatable experiences that you can have. To assume that some other person is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human. I think about this game a lot these days.
You know, that one right in particular kind of hit me hard, actually.
This one took a lot longer than all the others for Coda to make. It was
You know,
4 months between
it's
this
a really
and
good
the
thing to
last
think
one.
about.
That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
When he was a kid, he wanted to be, so he tried everything to impress her. She told him to make a project. My teacher was so proud of the project. The next day she died. Is Coda actually a real person? I don't know. I don't know if this was just all made up or this is like. I don't know how much of truth is actually behind this. I think it's more of just a thing to convey a message. Is that a true thing, Luna? You're a French expert, first survivor. Apologies if I'm not apologies if I'm not really responding. It's I'm actually really into this game. Hmm. Yeah, no kidding, Luna. Huh. Whoa! Shit. I'm good. Alright, the performance is beginning. Places, please. In this scene, you'll be playing as me. We are at a gathering of professionals. First, you'll start out leaning against this wall. I am leaning. I am staying right here. The woman across the room in this chair is a professional photographer of animals. It's your dream to Wait, what? What? Oh my god. My brain. It's your dream to photograph animals professionally. This is your one chance to learn something from her, to gain something to succeed. Go on, say something. Where's the bathroom? Hello? That's it. That's not a conversation. You need to actually converse with her. Be a human being. Do it again. Here are all of my hopes and dreams. No, 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 no. That's not what I said to her at all. You're completely missing the tone of the conversation. I was reserved, but I knew what I wanted. I was confident. For some reason, it was just that one moment, but I was confident. Maybe it's that you need a better feel of the setting. There were a lot of people around us. I'll give you some props to work with. These cones that bounce when you touch them will represent the people nearby. Now talk to her again. Oh. I'm so confused. Learn to lean into the pain. What's this game? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what the full scoop of this is, but it was made by the same people as the Stanley Parable. It's something to make you think. You probably just missed like the deepest part so far, the scene before, man. You should really contemplate scrolling back and listening to that. My goodness. What are some sacrifices you've had to make? You're messing it all up again. You'll freak her out if this conversation gets too personal. Oh, man. Do you not realize how important this was for me? I'll never get another opportunity like this again. Everything was riding on this. Huh? I am so confused. Yeah, Cyclone. I guess part of it was to kind of. I mean, I guess you kind of do have to be here from the beginning, but. Oh. Oh my. Oh. What? Oh. What?
The game ends with this eerie premonition of what's going to happen next in Coda's life. The solution
Oh.
to social anxiety, to fears of having to perform and having to chase success, the answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself.
I see.
And to be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect with this person, to bring him closer.
Oh my.
But what can you do? After this, Coda went off and took another 5 months to make a new game.
Okay. June 2010. Mobius trip. To play this game properly, you must keep your eyes closed. What? What? Help, I'm blind. Oh. Oh God. Oh dear. This can't be good. What?
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already. It's pretty much impossible to solve otherwise. And there is a solution, by the way.
There is. Perhaps it's something I need to do down here. Oh. I'm gonna assume I have to go that way. Whoop! No, I can't hoop over it. It's a giant door. Up we go. The only way to stop is to speak something honest. What? Is that? Oh, that is the truth? What? It's pretty negative. Oh.
Like I said, I was getting concerned. First off, he's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So, where's that coming from? But then, even weirder, his work is potentially
Really,
stopped
Cyclone?
being an outlet for him.
Honest opinion, I
Not
like
like
this
he's
game.
having trouble iterating on ideas,
I'm
but
sucked
he
into it right
literally
now.
just can't think of new ideas anymore. And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing.
Don't be mad.
Here was the point in my relationship with Coda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way.
Huh. It's draining me. I can't figure out how to say the thing. I'm alone. I'm alone.
His games are going to get more desperate from here on out.
It's depressing.
After this game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes something new.
Wow. It's a lot of time of almost no contact. Where am I? Whoa. I am tree. I am at tree. Where did this island come from? Oh. Oop. Is that a person? How lovely. It's been a long time since I talked to anyone. What's wrong? You look lost. It's the part where the game starts messing with you. Okay, Death Boy, later, man. I am Groot. Alright. What's wrong? You look lost. I'm completely out of ideas. Oh no. What's happened? Did something change? What? I'm trying to find this engine that used to protect me, to start it again. Wait, you're looking for a machine? I think I know where it is. It isn't far. Oop. What?
If the last game featured Coda talking
It's guarded by
explicitly
a
about
difficult
his
puzzle.
creative frustrations, this one turns it up to 11. Now, put yourself in my shoes playing this. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression, even. And yet, still, he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Why? What is it for?
Doesn't matter what I say, does it? We're gonna end up there one way or another, right? Deal. Oh. Guess so. Perfect. Come along. I'll show it to you.
Because from my perspective at the time and just what I knew of him, this was a result of how isolated he was. He was in his own little
Here's the
bubble,
puzzle.
just sitting at his computer all day,
What do you
not really
think?
showing these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet, and so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on.
Hey, recognize this. Oh, wonderful. Can you tell me how to do it? First, you have to open the door. Okay, now what? Now, you have to close the first door. Alright, we're back outside. You press the switch on the inside. We're still on the outside. Okay. You have to open the door. Okay, now what? Oh, I see. Now, you have to close the first door. Alright, what's next? Now, just press the switch here. Ha!
You can't
That was so simple.
talk yourself out of loneliness. It doesn't work that way. You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash.
Huh. Can't believe I never solved this before. Okay, here we are. Oh. These are just some words on some walls. Trust me, you'll see. You have to say that your work is fun and easy. You have to say that game development is simple and joyous, and that you love it 100% of the time. Okay, making games is simple. Oop. But it wasn't true. Don't worry about it. Just keep talking. Keep saying that creation is easy. When I make games, I feel completely energized. Yes, that's wonderful. Keep going.
Seeing this game at the time that he made it, it looked really unhealthy to me. I was watching him do this to himself, and I hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped. It's like, video games are not worth this amount of suffering.
Just never stop creating, and you'll never feel bad.
This is someone I really cared about. And I used to get so much joy out of seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated like this, it was the worst thing for me.
None of this is helping. Patience. You have to trust me. I promise this will work. Please continue. What's up, Mark Samu? Welcome to the stream. It always pays off eventually. Yes, more. Keep
I don't know.
going.
This is what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain it. I wanted it to stop more than anything. I had never felt so rotten. I needed more than I had ever needed anything for this to stop.
I believe this, unquestioningly. I am a vessel for certainty. Incredible. That's it. I'm free. I'm free. Oh.
But it didn't stop. After finishing this one, Coda takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
Oh man. Wait, is Coda a girl? I thought Coda was a guy. Or maybe that wasn't Coda. Not sure. What we got, guard? Ma'am, glad to see you've arrived safely. We've captured the machine. It's waiting for you now. You begin the interrogation whenever you like. Oh. I intend to be brutal. Very good. Just be warned that someone called the press, so we might have a bit of attention on this one. Also, one more thing that you should know about the machine. Oh. Oh. Did that say... Okay. Hang on. Huh. It calls itself Coda. Okay. Yeah, man. It's calls itself Coda. An engine.
And of course, it's the machine.
I see. Yeah, a lot of people can, I think. You stopped. Your work was keeping us alive. It was only because of your creations that any of us could make it through every day. So here's what needs to happen. You need to go to the people who are out there and apologize to them. Oh my. No, nothing. Alright then, I will speak to them for you. What? My friends! I have a troubling revelation. The machine will not apologize to us. But this is not important. We are stronger than it thinks we are. Let us show it that we are not failures. Oh my. I really don't want to choose either of these. Follow me. We will destroy the machine. What? Excuse me? Oh. But I don't want to do this.
So now the work is becoming self-destructive. And I'll tell you,
Oh.
at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation.
Huh?
And so, as I'm thinking this, I realize that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him? If he could see
Oh,
the difference it
what?
would make to have more
Why does E
actual
do that?
conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work?
There's something that feels really kind of bad about doing this. But I guess I gotta do it. It's what the game wants.
So I started showing Coda's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his game.
Oh.
You know, the point of it all was just to give them some extra
Oh.
reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
It kind of makes me think of the Valve logo, or the Steam logo. I want to put down my weapon. I don't wanna. Do I have to? I don't. But I.
Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something. I really felt like I'd done something good, like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy. So beautifully, beautifully happy.
Oh man.
So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while.
Yeah.
So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess.
It's a bit of a long time.
And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's.
Oh.
This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made.
Huh.
So let's take a look.
That doesn't sound good. He does not sound enthusiastic about that. The tower. This is not the music of
And this is where I
a
have
happy
trouble
thing.
saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, the tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game.
Oh man. So I guess there was more to it than just being afraid to show people. I don't know. I feel like something's
This room
itching at me about
actually
this
has a
game,
maze
but
in it.
I feel like whoa, oh Jesus, what?
Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise, so the experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played, it actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all. But I do want to show you the rest of the levels, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
Oh. Huh. Oh, but there certainly is a message to all
And to be
this.
fair, it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game
like
had
the
an idea
house,
that it was
though.
actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze?
Oh.
The only way
There's
past
gotta
this
be a reason.
challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
Hmm. Okay then. Oh.
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first two challenges, and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely, just saying, you know, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem.
Well then.
I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem.
Well, what if
I
there
can
never
open
really
this
was a
door for you,
problem?
so let me do that.
Hmm.
Was I a failure for not understanding this game? I mean, I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why. I remember, it's June of 2011. I'm playing this for the very first time, and as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew, it wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them... I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean. And he wouldn't.
Oh man. Dakota guy okay? Huh. Really makes you think. Huh.
I just felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me. But he stopped and left. And it felt somehow like I had failed. Where did I screw up?
I don't know. Maybe he, maybe the part that he messed up was he, I don't know, just didn't seem to understand it. And, oh? Wait, hang on. I'll finish that thought in a second. Dear Davy.
I'm the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I?
Oh.
It's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you.
Thank you for your interest in my games. I need to ask you not to speak to me anymore. Oh.
I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... it felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable.
I wonder at times whether you think I am making these games for you. You've infected my personal space, that it's possible I did begin to plant solutions in my work somewhere, hidden between games.
And the people who played them, they treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say.
Oh man.
Even though I was showing your work, it was... I felt good about myself. Finally. For a moment, while I had that, I liked myself.
If there was an answer, a meaning, would it make you any happier? Would you stop taking my games and showing them to people against my wishes? I see what's happening here. Giving them something that is not yours to give? Violating the one boundary that keeps me safe? Would you stop changing my games? Stop adding lampposts to them? Man. Would you simply let them be what they are?
And I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing. Less than nothing. What does that mean?
When I'm around you, I feel physically ill. You desperately need something, and I cannot give it to you. I literally do not have it. Struggling to come up with new ideas is not making me depressed. Low points are just a part of the process. The fact that you think I am frustrated or broken says more about you than about me. I realize that this doesn't make sense to you just yet. Which is fine. You're not my problem to solve. But I do hope that one day it clicks, and that you makes peace with this thing you are wrestling.
I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself.
And when you finally see what I'm talking about, don't say anything. Let me guess. Yep.
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work, is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please, I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. I want to know I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
Huh. Man. Man is right. Oh, man.
More, more love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more. It's like a disease.
Oh. Well then.
Solution.
Huh.
I guess if someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate. I wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed.
Wow.
Maybe he just likes making prisons.
Maybe it's one of those things where creators lose touch with their creations, but not because they made that
Even
mistake,
now, the disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you.
but that they feel like the creator, that is, they maybe once they get so popular to where they feel like they have to, I don't know, make what the viewers want to see, to where maybe they enjoy something but people want it to be something that they can enjoy and feel good about, with disregard to the creator themselves. Like, for instance, Davey clearly saw Coda's works as if they had some kind of message to them. Like, I don't know, maybe a cry out when Who knows? Maybe that was just what he enjoyed to do. And Davy viewed it as, oh man, there's no way he could be enjoying this. There must be something wrong with the guy. When in reality,
If
when
I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be?
validation, that word.
It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like.
Hmm. Yeah, I see what you mean. He thought, like, yeah. Yeah, WarTex, I know what you mean. Like, he thought he was trying to help Koda when really he was just helping himself. Like, he was just doing something for himself. He thought that, I don't know, making this idea in his head that
What now?
Koda was hurt and needed help, that because Koda needed help, he could do something to help him, and through that he
I
gets
think I need to go.
the self-validation.
And I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but
Wow.
I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make up for. And so I'm just
Yeah, Anthony.
gonna.
It won't be that long of a stream.
Okay.
It's definitely something people could watch on their own if they really wanted to. I'd like that. It'd be kind of cool. Though I feel like it's not just Davey that has had this problem before. I feel like it's a common problem, you know? The need to find something that makes you feel. I don't know if the word special is right, but I'd rather use the word like self-validation, you know? Something that makes you feel relevant, like you're amounted to something. Of course, I'd actually like to discuss it in the stream if you don't mind. But it, I feel like I know I think I have this problem, you know? I want to do something that, you know, helps people, you know? Makes them feel good, feel better. But I don't know. I'm assuming I have to drop down that hole, don't I? But I feel like the important thing is that maybe the only person you need to be valid to is yourself, you know? If that makes sense. Maybe. Huh. This game really put a lot of thoughts in my head, you know? I feel like, man, I don't know. Really bad at processing my thoughts on the fly. It usually takes me just a little bit. I can put them together. I guess so, Anthony. Well, Palador, it seems to me that Koda was perfectly at peace with what he was doing. It's something that made him happy. Well, I think that was the thing, Palador. I don't think. I believe that's what Davy was perceiving. That Davy thought Koda was doing all these awful things because he was sad, because he just wanted to be left alone. But he was content. He didn't want to just throw all this stuff out there. He wasn't doing it to impress people or to get praise. He did it because it was something he liked to do, you know. And Davy perceived it differently, and he projected himself and had to include himself into something that wasn't his to make him feel special. And that he just, I don't know. Maybe Koda wasn't as lost as everyone thought. Huh. Huh. Wow.
Turn back, turn back from this cave. You said, let me prove that I'm brave. Let me keep going. But the cave goes for miles and miles and miles. And you're so tired, but I know that you're strong. So turn back, turn back.
Huh. Wow. That was really something. I gotta say, I really liked the the house cleaning segment, and I really liked um, even a bit more so the lecture part. You know, the one where it puts you in the view of the student versus the view of the professor that the students perceive as superior, and that's not just specific to a student-professor relationship. That goes for a lot of relationships where just the average person will look at another person where they deem superior because I don't know, maybe they wish that they had the accomplishments or that they had what the other person had, that they were in their shoes and they're so blinded by the things that they covet from them that they fail to see that their hell is just as real as your own. This is kind of a random thing, but I thought I'd share it with people, share it with you guys. A friend once told me that everybody's rock bottom, the worst they've ever felt, the lowest they've ever been, is not different from anybody else's, because your rock bottom and my rock bottom, though the events may differ, it is still the lowest a person has ever been. And in thinking about that, it just kind of I don't know. It just goes to show that nobody's perfect, I guess. I don't know. This game, that's just very one minor, minuscule part of this game. Like, there were a lot of different topics. Just that's, I don't know. It hit on, I want to say strings or something I'm going through, but of things that I in my past, you know. It that's the one that really spoke out to me. I gotta say I like the whole idea that one's house is only as difficult to clean as you yourself are to clean. You could look at that a few different ways. Thank you, WarTex. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed this game. This was awesome. This was a phenomenal experience. I love these types of things. Alright, Baldor, you take care, man. Like I was saying at the beginning of the stream, Luna, man, you can't give up on stuff. If there's one thing you really want, you should go for it. You know? Like, I'm so bad at organizing my thoughts. Just on the fly. Let's see if I can get this out right. Don't do something that you want to do. Or, let me refuse. Don't do something that you might not truly want to do, that you don't enjoy. Just because other people look at it differently than you do. Or see it as pointless or not socially acceptable. Okay, now let me not don't take that out of context. You can take that in some really bad context, actually. You know? No, but really. You should just, I don't know. If it makes you happy, you should do it. If you have a passion for something. What's up, Foxcraft? Hey, buddy. Yeah. You know? I don't know. Gotta say, I enjoy streaming. It's fun. It's gonna be cool. Gonna put him in timeout. What's up, Foxcraft? You know, I've just sent it a bunch of times. I see you the first time. Sending too many messages is spamming, buddy. Can't be doing that. It's against the rules. But yeah, that was something. And if anybody else saw that as much of an experience as it was with me, I'm glad I got to share that with you guys. That was a real treat. Man, it's definitely different from what we're used to than me just, you know, trudging around in a prawn suit or getting spooked by inanimate statues. Alright. Awesome. I might stream something else after this. Maybe like Subnautica or something if you guys want to see it. I don't know. Another part of this, it's like, you know, people come to see one thing and then what they want to see can conflict with what you want to do, and you feel like you could potentially lose the enjoyment from that because people don't want to see what you want to do, you know? That's why I like being able to play the games I like to play here. I'm glad you guys are supportive of that. Nobody really tries to dictate. And you guys are the guys that usually are around in a lot of the streams. I mean, I've only been streaming for a week, but to be honest with you guys, I would love to do this every single day. Like, it's something I look forward to in my day, you know? Have I played Journey? I have not played Journey. I have heard and seen a lot of it, though. Man. Or Inside? I've seen a tiny bit of Inside. Limbo I know all the way through. I actually watched Cry play a bit of the beginning of Inside, I think. About another, story-driven thing. There's a lot of games I'd like to play. I don't know. I feel like I have this awkward confliction in my head that I should only play things that people want to come to watch. I don't know. I mean, we blew up. We did indeed blow up quite like that first Subnautica video. My goodness, that did well. I think that was probably the thing that reeled a bunch of people in next to Containment Breach. And yeah, I'm good, Jade. I'm good. I'm just really thinky right now, you know? Because, like, I want to be able to expand and grow as a streamer. There's a lot of things I'd like to do. But it seems that, like, not everybody wants to see the things you want to do. It seems like people just kind of came for Subnautica. I don't know. Play what I love? Yeah, that'd be a good idea. I don't know. Things will come when things are to come. I think everything happens for a reason. And like I was telling you, Luna, if you make a game, indeed I will play it. Don't give up, man. Everybody started somewhere. The biggest games you've seen, I'm sure those developers, the first thing they produced probably was not the best. Probably. I really appreciate that, Jade. I'm glad you think so. Who knows? Maybe one day we will overtake the internet. Calm and relaxing one too? I'm glad you think so, man. Gotta say, I think the first thing I will upgrade is I will get a desk mic. I'll switch from this this crappy little headset I have, which it's decent. It's not bad. It's way better than a lot of alternatives I have. But intelligent and engaging, without the over-the-top nonsense. Oh, you mean like screaming and yelling my lungs out at every tiny jump scare? Cry without a lot of fangirls? I don't have enough of a growl in the back of my voice. Though, you never know. If I get one of those better mics, I can do one of those world's quietest Let's Plays. My voice will be a lot more projected and clear. I would love to see what I sound like with a desk mic. I want one so bad. That's definitely like, even as much as this wireless keyboard and mouse bugs me, I think I think that mic will do. I think that'll be the best first thing to get. So we got here. Being messaged. Hmm? Oh. What's this? One second, guys. Gift has been redeemed. What? 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 I'm so confused. What was that? I saw it pop up. Oh, inside. Oh. Wow. Thanks, Beast. That's awesome, man. Yeah, I would love to do that. I can, yeah, I could probably do another playthrough of that too if you guys are interested in seeing it. And, also, thanks you, WarTex, as well, for this game, and I'm glad. Very honest and nice playthrough. I appreciate that. Let me go back to the live dashboard. Amber alert. Yeah, I just got inside. Hey, asking you shall receive, right? You guys are awesome, really. I cannot even begin to vocalize how awesome you guys are. Streaming's been a dream of mine, I'd like to say, but nothing really makes me want to stay more than the chat, you know? I think that's what the big thing about it is, you know? The connections, as cheesy as I can be. Man, that is awesome. Thank you so much. You know, all you guys are awesome. Whew. I think I'm gonna take a bit of a break here, and I still only really have until about 10 o'clock ish. Um, Tomorrow is the last day of class I have to deal with. So after that, I won't be constrained to that dreaded 10 o'clock limit, where I have to get ready and do all this and that. Um, won't have to worry about that. So that'll be a good thing after this weekend. Um, I think I'll still be able to stream the Saturday. Maybe I'll try to do my best at a one-offy horror thing. Maybe I'll try the first Dead Space. I've been actually really eager to do that one. Actually, it was gonna be the first game I ever streamed before me and Jareth started talking about I'm Scared and SCP Containment Breach. That'd be cool to do that. Yeah, I think I'd like to do that. Yeah, thanks, Jade. I'm glad I played it through too. That was it was nice. I like that. Again, thank all of you guys so much for sticking around. Wow, we've had a solid 8 people here. That's a lot of people to just kind of don't hug me. I'm scared. Oh Jesus Christ. Not quite what I did. Not quite. It was an old pixelated horror game that the developer, I believe last year, released a full game for, and Jareth told me about it, and I'm like, oh, I'ma do it. So I did it. You know? I got a question for you guys though. Another thing I'd like to do, because I don't know, to have one game or two that I consistently play. The ones that aren't just quickie finishes like say Outlast or this was, or how Prey will be. Once I'm done with it, it'll be done. I was thinking about I don't know, trying out some more Subnautica stuff. I am interested in that. I was thinking about maybe starting, I don't know, maybe a hardcore run of something. That could be problematic because, making lockers and stuff, and then poof, it's gone, goodbye. That would not be fun. That would not be fun at all. But, I don't know. Something to keep it going. Another game that I would love to stream a lot is actually The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. I have played so much of that game. I would not mind actually starting a new save for that. Start from the beginning and build up from there. Hardcore run of Super Meat Boy, Jesus Christ. Oh god. Wow, I have not touched Super Meat Boy in a very long time. Right. Yeah. I gotta say though, Binding of Isaac, it's definitely something I'd like to do. You're going to try to find an engine to make games? I think Unity is probably a good place to start. I don't know a whole bunch about game making, but I know that that's free. At least to start out with and mess around with. There's been a lot of great things made. CryEngine? Yeah, CryEngine's another one you could do. I'm terrible at it. Like, oh my goodness. The current gamepad I have makes playing certain games like that a bit difficult because I suck with keyboard stuff. Because the left joystick sometimes sticks. What is The Binding of Isaac about? I don't know how to describe it. It's a bit biblically based. Yeah. I know, man. A low budget of 1 penny. Try Unity. I know Unity's free. I don't know a whole bunch about CryEngine, but you should look into CryEngine too. That might be interesting. It's it has a lot of replayability. I don't know. Maybe, okay, I'll tell you what. I'll stop the stream, maybe do a bit of a pilot for Rebirth. I'll stream it, and I will maybe start a new save file. Because my most recent one, my main file, is almost completely 100%ed all the way through to Afterbirth Plus. Like, I have almost everything done. Even the lost 100%ed to those that know about the game. It's gnarly. I love it. People like that game. Oh my god, I could play it for days. God, 8 hours of The Binding of Isaac. That sounds nuts. There's a lot of different types of runs you can do. So, I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to pause the stream, close it down, and I'll start actually a Binding of Isaac Rebirth one. We will see how that goes. Maybe we'll get some more squad members through it. But no, but really though, I'd like to see if you guys enjoy watching it. If so, I'll definitely keep doing it. I was actually thinking about doing an off and on Prey Subnautica thing, like one day Prey, one day Subnautica. But man, there's so many things I would like to have. You have 573 hours in the Binding of Isaac Rebirth. I'm curious, how many do I have? I have quite a bit in there as well. Oh wow, no, I only have 383 hours. Yikes. But I have almost 100 hours in the original game too, so let's just pretend we add that together. Sounds like a fun game. Yeah, let's try it out, you guys. So I am going to take a bit of a break. Thank you all so much for watching the Beginner's Guide. This was such a short stream, man. It could basically just be a one-off video on its own. Only? You talking about my hours? Alright, see you later. See you in a little bit, you guys. I will be right back. Won't be too long, though. How much is the game? The Binding of Isaac Rebirth? Rebirth, I think, is under $20. No, yeah. The Binding of Isaac Rebirth is $15, and each expansion pack varies. 1,000 hours in Ark. My lord. This game is $8? I gotcha. Huh. Oh, beginner's guide. My apologies. $8, as WarTex said. Yeah, it's $8. Just checked it. Oh, no, it's $10. Whoopsie. 23,000 hours? Is that accurate or is that exaggerated? My lord. I have a friend that has over 5,000 hours in CSGO. I don't know. I have quite a bit of time invested across all my Steam games, though. My biggest games are like Isaac. Isaac, Terraria, kind of War for the Overworld. War for the Overworld's a bit of a hidden gem, in my opinion. I enjoy it because it is a spiritual successor. Somebody made it because they stopped making the original Dungeon Keeper games. Dungeon Keeper 1 and 2 to be exact. It was a bit of fan-made because I guess EA has the rights to it in the company and everything, so they couldn't actually remake it as a Dungeon Keeper 3. But I love that game so much because I love the original 2 Dungeon Keeper games. Played them like multiple times through Thor. Yeah, sure, maybe WarTex. If you give me just a little bit, I'll have the stream back up again until the time I have to get off. Nothing wrong with that, cat. Okay, guys. I'm going to put the stream on pause now, and I will see you guys later. Not too long, though. Won't miss me too much. See you guys soon.